Welcome to another live stream of Roll Up a Power Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Yeah. Back again with another one. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. We'll be back on now, Mr. Roll Up. Look, right? We gonna talk about the older you get, the less you wanna be around larger crowds. Tap in. Tap the fuck in. Look, right? When I was a shorty, I used to love to be around a lot of people, man. But the older I started getting, the more I started realizing that being around them larger group of people don't mean nothing but more trouble. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Also, with that being said, when you get older, you mature, you gain a little more peace of mind. And you don't want to be around them type of things no more. Tap in, tap the fuck in. This don't apply to everybody, because everybody don't get that type of light. Everybody don't outgrow that type of shit. Some people cool and content with being around them large type of crowds. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Me, again, coming from the streets, being with a bunch of guys, that was the normal for me. But the older I got, the more I got to realize that wasn't it. Tap in, tap the fuck in. All right, let's get it, right? So, what I got to say on this, right? When you progress in life, you get older, you start to realize that that young mentality that you had, it don't do much for you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta grow up and advance in life. Just like I was saying in my last live, the quiet ones is the most dangerous people you know. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn how to be quiet. And with that being said, that means that I had to separate from large amounts of people. And that wasn't just necessarily because that's just what I wanted to do. That just came with time and growth. You know what I'm saying? So with the older I got, the more I realized I found peace within me just being by myself instead of being with a bunch of people, right? So when I was young, I was just trained to be with the homies all day. You know what I'm saying? Be on the block with your guys. Go out to party with your guys. You know what I'm saying? Go to the barbecue with your guys. Go to the club with your guys. Everywhere you go, be with your people. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool. It was fun. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot to talk about. We did a lot of shit. You know, it was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a fun time for us. But that was the younger days. You know what I'm saying? Then when I started getting older and I wanted to start doing different things and start maturing more, I started realizing the more I was around these larger crowds, the more irritated that I was starting to get by it. You know what I'm saying? And mainly I thought it was just more so like they keep talking about the same shit. I'm just bored with hearing the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying? But on the real, it's like the more that I looked at it, I'm maturing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why it got boring. Because I'm maturing, I'm advancing. I want to do different things. I don't want to be on the block no more. I want to go different places. I want to see different shit. And I can't do that with these same 20, 30 niggas that I'm with all day, every day. These type of niggas, they don't even want to go these type of places I want to go. They don't want to do this type of shit that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was like the older I was getting, the less detached that I was becoming. If that made sense. So let me put it like this. By the time I went to prison, right? and I had to separate from everybody. That's when I started learning, like, I'm more at peace by being by myself. And that came with me being by myself. So I literally had to be separated from the crowd to understand that I was growing, I'm advancing, I'm getting older, I'm maturing. Things is different for me. I started to realize that I'd rather be around women more than I want to be around men. You know, like I said before, it was a point in time when it was bros over hoes. Like, I'd be with the bros all day. Like, fuck them bitches. You know what I'm saying? We be on the block talking about niggas, bitches, hood news, who got killed, who got beat the fuck up the other day. I don't want to hear none of that shit now. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. And I'd rather be around women. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather take one woman than 20 niggas. Even with these 20 niggas that I didn't grew up with, I'd rather be around that one woman than 20 niggas that I've been knowing my whole life. Because them 20 niggas laughing and joking, talking about the same old, same old. I don't want to hear that shit no more. When it was a point in time when I could be on the block with them all day, talking about that shit all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just the coolest shit to talk about. Yeah, guess what happened to dog? Man, you remember my man's down the street? Man, that nigga, he went to jail. The fuck he go to jail for? What happened? Ah, man, he was on that one tip. Woo, woo, woo. They called the hook on him. Damn, straight up. That was like, that was hood news. That was like interesting shit. Man, you couldn't pay me to hear about what's going on in the hood nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, I promise you, I don't want to hear nothing what's going on in the hood. I don't care if everybody that I grew up in the hood with, I don't care if every last one of them came back and moved back into the hood and everybody was back in the hood right now. I still wouldn't come through that bitch because I don't like them large crowds. You know what I'm saying? It was a point in time when I used to like to party. We used to party every week. Sometimes we would party twice a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, we stayed in the clubs. Like, I got hella club pictures. Like, that's what we did. Now you couldn't pay me to go to the club. I don't like being around them large crowds no more. I advanced from them days. I matured from that. And another thing with that is, I did that when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that didn't do that when they was younger, they want to do that when they older. That's why you see a lot of these older people stay in the club and all that shit all the time because they didn't do that when they was young. They didn't get to grow from that at a younger age because they wasn't doing that at a young age. I did that at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Now that shit is lame to me. I'd rather talk about building businesses, generational wealth, taking care of these kids, getting to the next step in life. What's the next move? You know what I'm saying? I'd rather spend my time doing that than to be on the block with the homies talking about what club we about to hit this weekend, or what a hood rat said, where them hoes at. Like, that time came and went. You know what I'm saying? It was a good time and all. I mean, of course I miss it and I think about it, but it ain't nothing that I want to go back to. It ain't nothing that I'm intrigued with no more. And that's because I came to realize that I'm older now. I advanced from that. I grew from that. So nowadays, I ride through the hood and I see the same guys that still stuck in the hood. I just ride past them, man. When it'll be 10 to 15 of them, maybe 20 of them, all in the crowd together. Mind you, I grew up with these guys. I've been knowing these guys since we was shorties. You know what I'm saying? So I really know these guys. You know, we share a lot of similar stories. You know what I'm saying? We did a lot of shit together. And back then, it was like when I would see them, I go towards them. I'd be in the circle with them. I'd be in the mix with them or whatever they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, when I see them, straight deuces. You know, I don't want nothing to do with that no more. That time frame came and went for me. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it ain't like I hate these motherfuckers or none of that. It's just I grew out of this shit. You know, it just came with time. And the same thing with my crew. We all outgrew each other. When we literally go to sleep to wake up to each other. No homo. You know what I'm saying? Like we'd go to sleep probably like 3, 4 in the morning. We'd be on the block all day. You know what I'm saying? And we'd be back up 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. We only get a couple of hours of sleep. We literally take cat naps. You know what I'm saying? And we back on the block. By the time we wake up, it's 3 or 4 guys on the block already. 7, 8 a.m. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, nigga, did you brush your teeth? You feel me? Like, you look out the window, niggas on the block. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Man, that was the life. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time. Man, please. Nigga couldn't pay me to stand on that block no more. You know what I'm saying? I ride through there all the time and I just look how deserted it is. Like, damn, we used to be on this bitch all day long. You know, it's just crazy coming from that type of environment where we held the block down. You know what I'm saying? Where we made our neighbors, I guess, feel safe in a sense because we was always on the block. So wasn't nobody gonna come on the block and try and rob anybody or break in anybody's house because they knew it was always 20, 30 niggas out there. You know what I'm saying? To now that bitch is desert island. Ain't shit going on over there. But to be honest, I think that the residents over there, they feel safer with us not being on the block as opposed to us being on that bitch. That sounds crazy, don't it? That's because I'm older now and I understand that the residents on the block, they didn't need us out there to protect them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't own people. If anything, we made the block look bad. When they had their relatives come over, you know, and when people will pull up to come see them and shit like that, they see all these young wild niggas on the block all day. That shit was scaring their people away. You know what I'm saying? Like, they people don't want to, every time they people come over there, they don't want to see all these niggas on the block. Like, that shit's scary to them. You know, to now it's at a point where they can come over there safely and they don't have to worry about all these niggas on the block. Even though we wasn't on no mass destruction or none of that, but it's just the whole fact of every time they pull up, they see us out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody want to see that. But we thought that was the coolest shit ever. Like, nigga, we on the block. You know what I'm saying? We on the block. And what we doing? We drinking, smoking, laughing, talking shit, you know, arguing, little fight break out here and there, you know, shit like that. Who the fuck want to do that all day, every day? We did. Because that was the young mentality that we had, you know? But like I said, the older I got, the more I started realizing like that shit really whack for real. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I got out of prison, everybody off the block, we older now. It was like that time came and went. It's time to move on now. So now I'm at a point in life where I don't even want to hang around none of them no more. And it ain't no beef or nothing. It's just I feel like I'd be more irritated by wanting to be around them. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to being by myself. I'd rather be by myself. I got a pair of headphones. I got some JBLs. I meant to bring them out here to show them to y'all, you know. But I throw my JBLs on. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, hold on. Let me go grab them real quick. All right. These my friends right here. You know what I'm saying? Them my friends right there. You know, my JBLs. I put them boys on, I zone out. I'd rather listen to them headphones all day instead of 10 to 20 niggas talking about the same shit over and over. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how life took a change for me, you know, because I was always so used to being accustomed to hearing a bunch of guys talking all the time, every day, about the same shit, the same people, doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That shit came and went, man. Now, my JBLs. I throw these boys on, I'm gone, man. Get with you later. You know what I'm saying? It's to a point where I hate when people call my phone. Somebody call my phone, I got my headphones on, man, I'll bang the line on the ears quick. I don't want to talk. You know, it ain't no beef. I don't want to talk. I would take them JBLs over a crowd of people any day. I found that peace within myself. Coming from somebody that was a leader of my crew. Now, I don't got no crew. I'm a one-man army. You know what I'm saying? I stand alone. I'm good by myself. You know, I figure it out on my own. I don't got to be with 20 guys to try and figure something out. Because with them 20 guys, ain't nothing going to get figured out no way. But the next bottle we about to get from the liquor store, or the next blunt that's about to get rolled, I can do that shit by myself, man. And again, I find more peace in doing it by myself. You want to know something else? Getting older, right? I came to realize that all that smoking that I was doing with the homies, that shit was nasty. Now you can't pay me to smoke with the homies. You know what I'm saying? Like all these niggas passing around the blunt and shit. Everybody putting their lips on it. Everybody putting their mouth on this blunt and shit. Motherfuckers licking the blunt when they roll it. You know what I'm saying? Putting their saliva and DNA on blunts. Back then, we thought that shit was cool. And I ain't have a problem with it because I'm like, these my guys. You know what I'm saying? I know they don't be on no bullshit. They clean or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now it look like, man, that was some nasty shit. You know, it literally took for me to see a guy rolling the blunt one day. And I just seen how the spit and shit was coming out of his mouth when he was rolling it. And I was like, no way, I'm not hitting it. I'm cool. And ever since then, I was just like, I'm better off smoking by myself. That's why y'all see me smoking on my own. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't got accustomed to that. Like, I'm not smoking with nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. Keep your blunt. I smoke my own shit. I would smoke with a female. You know what I'm saying? And the female I smoke with got to be somebody I fuck with. You know, like one of my friends or something, my bestie. I just smoke with her. You know, but just anybody, like especially a nigga, like nah, dog. I'm cool. And all of that just came with growth over time. You know what I'm saying? Not want to be around crowds. See, when you don't got no problem with being around crowds of people, you don't got no problem with sharing blunts. I do. I don't want to share a blunt. I don't want to smoke your weed. I don't want my mouth on what you put your mouth on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you do in your spare time. I don't want to know. You know, that ain't none of my business. You feel me? But it just came with time. As older I got, I was just like, yeah, I'm straight. What going from 5 to 6 blunts in rotation, we just passing them around. To now, I'd rather just smoke one blunt by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool on that. I don't even want to be in that type of mix. I got older. I advanced. I learned that that same shit that I did with these 20, 30 niggas, I could do that shit by myself. So, what do I need to do that with them for? And on top of it, they company is an irritation to me nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can put my JBLs on. I'm in the zone. I get so much more done. off of my headphones as opposed to being around a crowd of niggas. And I just spoke on this on my last live with being quiet and being loud. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coinciding this with the last live, right? When I'm somewhere quiet in my own zone, I get a lot more done as opposed to being around a group of people on the same shit, talking about the same thing, doing the same thing. Let me put it like this. Prime example. If I was around the guys and all of that, I wouldn't be doing YouTube. I wouldn't be here to talk to y'all right now. It wouldn't be no roll up a pull up right now. It'll be roll up a pull up on the block. You know what I'm saying? With them. I wouldn't be sitting here doing this. This came with a peace of mind. This came with me being in the zone by myself. This came with, hey, all it is that I got up here, I could present it to an audience of people instead of keep on presenting it to the same 10 or 20 niggas that I'm around every day. Them niggas, they know what I got up here, but I can expand this to so many more people. You know what I'm saying? And I had to be separated from that to really understand that. Because if I didn't, I'd still be on the block with them, chopping it up with them, just like how I'm chopping it up with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, the peace here is way better than the peace there. You know, it's kind of hard to explain it, but it is what it is. You know, so like I said from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? The older you get, the less you want to be around large crowds, right? So let me speak on the clubbing part. When I said we used to club every weekend, it was like we would always get invited to parties all the time. I told you two of the guys in my crew was party promoters. So the parties was like this, left and right. We stayed in the clubs and we got in all the clubs for free. We was drinking for free. The DJs was shouting us out, on the microphone. We hit the dance floor. They throw the light on us, all type of shit. Like we was like hood celebrities, like no lie. You know what I'm saying? And that shit was a great time. But now you couldn't even pay me to do that shit. You can't even invite me to a party. I'm not gonna show up. The only time I'm gonna go to a party is if it's on my own free will. And I don't go to parties. I might go to the bar and have a sip or something like that. That's enough for me. I don't like being around them large crowds. That shit over with. Like, I'm cool on that. I done did all of that. Another thing I learned about being around them large crowds like that, it's always something happening. You know what I'm saying? Especially in Detroit. It's always something happening. If you see a large crowd of people, something about to happen. You know, back then, I graduated in 2007, right? Yeah, I'm an old head. I'm old as hell. I'm 35. You know what I'm saying? I graduated in 2007, right? The high school that I graduated from, Henry Ford High School. I told y'all, me and Cash Dog, she went to my high school. You know what I'm saying? We went to the same high school together, all of that. So if y'all want to know how old she is, she my age. You know what I'm saying? And not only we went to the same high school, she was on the block with us. I broke all that shit down in the video. You know what I'm saying? But just to say, right? After I graduated high school, all of the memories that I carried from high school, it caused me to keep going back up there. Now, I'm not in my 20s. I was 18, 19 when I was still going up there, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. As soon as I graduated, I was still going up there, right? Just reminiscing on old days, you know? So I come right around there, see the younger kids and shit getting out of school, things like that. Just had me reminiscing on the days when I was going through them school days, when I was walking home from school, and now I'm watching the kids do the same thing, right? even though I'm only a year or two, maybe 3 or 4 years older than these kids. But this is what I'm saying. I didn't graduate it. I'm older than them now, right? And I always ride past the school, man. And a fight will break out. I pull over and hop out the car and go over to the crowd because I want to see the fight. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, ain't no way. I see a group of kids fighting. I keep it moving. I don't even look at that shit because I don't like large crowds of people. And it's not because a motherfucker can get to shooting or none of that. It's just I outgrew that shit. You know what I'm saying? When I was 18, 19, 20, I was still intrigued by that. You know, groups of people fighting and shit like that. I'm 35 now. I don't want to see that. I don't care if it's young kids or if it's grown ass adults. I don't want to see it. I don't even like watching fights on videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I swipe left. I don't want to see that shit. I don't care about that. Them large crowds is not appealing to me no more. I'm older. I'm on business time. You know what I'm saying? I'm on some creating generational wealth. You know, investing, getting in the crypto game. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Them the type of things that I'm on nowadays. And again, my signature, JBLs. I love them. I zone out, baby. Where y'all think I be coming with these classics from? I throw my headphones on and I freestyle. I don't write nothing. I don't got to sit up there and think about a topic to give y'all. I don't got no script behind this phone. None of that shit. It literally come from me being in my zone, having my peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? So when I cut the camera on, that shit just flow free willing. Everything that I ever dropped on this channel was straight free willing. And it came with me having my peace of mind. Me being able to throw my headphones on and I think of shit. I get to remembering shit. Like, damn, yeah, that did happen. Oh yeah, that did happen. Oh, okay. Boom. Let me go ahead and present that to my audience. Right? Whereas if I was still on the block with the homies, like I said, I wouldn't even have a damn YouTube channel right now. You know what I'm saying? And them times we didn't even believe in cameras. We felt like if you was recording, you was the police. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, it's like I do this shit every day now. Whereas if I would have had this mentality 20 years ago, the guys would have been calling me the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, it come with maturity. It come with growing up. And YouTube was like just starting to kick off at that time. You know what I'm saying? About 20 years ago. And if I would have told the guys like, hey, I'm about to start this YouTube channel, niggas was like, you the police, what type of shit you on? You know, like, we don't do that. The fuck is you talking about? And I would have been right there like, you know what, you right. I'm not doing that. Now, I'm glad that I was able to grow up and I was able to get away from that environment and I was able to put these headphones on and I was able to think and have a peace of mind to be able to say, you know what, let me go ahead and start this. Let me see if people dig what I'm talking about, if people can feel where I'm coming from. Because I always knew that I'm a good storyteller, you know, I know how to talk, I'm articulate, you know, I know how to present shit, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't have never thought about placing it in a situation like this. I thought that this was amongst the guys. You know what I'm saying? Well, in real life is bigger than the hood that I came from. And I'm seeing that, you know. I got people on here from Poland, you know, people from India, you know what I'm saying? People from Germany, you know what I'm saying? Different countries tapping in with me and shit. That shit made me feel good inside. You know what I'm saying? Coming from a 2 square mile radius neighborhood where I thought that was the world. Well, now I'm seeing that the world is interacting with what I gotta say. You know, it all come with growth, man. You gotta learn how to separate yourself from that small box that you put into and grow, elevate. You know what I'm saying? Learn that it's so much more out here. It's a whole lot more than what you would think it is coming from where I came from. Because again, it's a lot of guys that I grew up with that's still over there in that neighborhood that think that that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They thinking that that lifestyle is the way to be. It's fucked up, man. You know, and another thing I'm gonna go ahead and drop on that as it warm up, I'm gonna be in the hood. I'm gonna be showing y'all, how shit was going on. I'm gonna be showing y'all all that. This ain't just all talk from a brick wall. I'm gonna be showing y'all this shit, like for real. You know, I'm gonna be showing y'all the guys that's still over there. I'm gonna be doing interviews on them, all type of shit. You feel me? So y'all could feel exactly where I'm coming from. Lord Marker, what's the deal? North Memphis in the building as well. Shout out to Memphis, man. Fuck with y'all too, man. I got a lot of American love too, I got my guy Two Scant in Cali, you know what I'm saying? I got love in Alabama, you know what I'm saying? ATL, Chicago, I got a lot of people tapped in, you know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have never thought that it would have been like this. So, shout out to everybody from everywhere tapping in, you feel me? This Detroit to the globe, you feel me? Let's get it, man. So I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I real like be sitting there thinking like, damn, man, it's crazy that I got an audience of people that's fucking with me, coming from the block. Like, that's some surreal shit, I thought that I had to be like these other YouTubers, to get, a buzz or whatnot. But I see that, most people like just natural, real shit instead of all that artificial, watered down shit that these other YouTubers be coming with, you know. So I'm glad y'all fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with y'all. That's why I keep coming back to back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep coming back to back. You feel me? But on another note, like I was saying, with the whole getting older and being around, well, avoiding larger crowds, it all come with growth, man. You know, you just gotta grow out of certain shit. And I know some of y'all was cool with smaller crowds off the rip, but I'm just giving y'all where I came from. When I was just so used to being around a large crowd of guys all the time, every day. You know what I'm saying? Doing the same thing every day. Where we go get in the car and go ride on some niggas. We on missions and shit. Like that shit was fun to us. And now I look at that like, damn, man, that niggas on crash all time for real. Luckily, God ain't take a nigga under because he could have, man. I was in a lot of shit back then. So again, with me being here and advancing and getting older, I just learned to realize that I don't like being around that type of shit no more. You know, I don't want to be around the homies no more. I don't want to hear what they talking about. I don't want to hear the hood news, none of that. I'm cool with being by myself. You know, I get more done being by myself. I can concentrate better. I can think better. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much better being alone than being with a lot of people. And that comes with separating yourself from these same individuals. So hopefully that was something that, that tweaked y'all ears, probably woke some of y'all up to some real shit, because that's just the reality that I came from. That's what I gave y'all. It's been another live stream of Roll Up a Pull Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.